So now what I want to do is I want to answer some questions that have been posted. Okay. So some of these questions, let's see here. So question one, can we share more ideas on how to create our own sacred space? And this person says, what I do to stay sane is after waking up, I do a 15-minute meditation, and then I pick a card from my oracle deck, like a tarot card deck or whatever, that gives me insight, spiritual guidance for the next 24 hours. The messages from the cards help me to stay focused on the positive and not lose myself in negative thinking, like punishment, profane thinking, right? Other things that people have shared with me, taking a long walk with a little notebook if you want. Like I'll have a notebook like this and keep it in my back pocket because like writing longhand instead of typing on my phone will help me sort of bring more insight out when I'm in that sacred zone of taking a long walk by myself. The other thing I'll say is that you already are in the sacred at different points throughout the day. We just don't in our culture have a name for it, and we don't bookend it. We don't put a frame around it. Because culturally, we have no tools for honoring the sacred or carving out space for the sacred. Our society is 99% profane. That has its own advantages, I suppose, in the material realm and the economic realm, but it also has its costs. Some examples where you may find yourself to be in the sacred already, okay, is, for instance, in the shower. The average American shower is 3.5 minutes. And so within that 3.5 minutes, that is like a crack in the concrete. And typically it's during the shower. People always say, oh, I got this idea in the shower. That's why the ideas come to you in the shower, because you are in this sort of pseudo-sacred space where you are safe, you're self-nurturing, and you are in surrender. And even in our culture, that's your 1% per day typically. You're in the shower, and then all these ideas flood you. You're like, I need to write this down. And that's why you think about things you could have said in this conversation. You get all the download when you're in the shower. Other places, when you have dreams, but there are very few readers of dreams out there, and we've lost our symbolic literacy, which is why I've been in my practice dragged back into doing dream reading for people. Your half awake state in the morning when you wake up and you're not quite up yet, that is like a shower zone and stuff hits you then. When you're driving, right, you're in the zone where you're safe, you're in control, but it's like muscle memory. The car's practically driving itself, right? Which is why people feel like they can text, they can talk. When you're not doing that, you're not listening to music, you're just driving. There's a lot of open space that's just in surrender, and you will get ideas when you're driving. Okay, working out, going for a long run, typically right after the run, you're like done. You're not criticizing yourself because I just hit my mark, I hit my target. And for that like 3-minute period right after your run, when you're walking back to your car, nobody's criticizing you. There's no self-threat. You're in surrender, and you'll get these huge ideas. Yoga, similarly. Now, these all count as incidental kind of drive-by sort of incidences of the pretty close enough to sacred. And these are when you'll get these downloads. I recommend that when you get these downloads, just write them down. Write them down, keep a journal. You will start to see over many sessions, patterns start to emerge as to what you need, as to the meaning and purpose in your life, as to the direction. Not in this heroic, like kumbaya, spiritual, positive way. You'll get things that are negative, that like you need to change, that you're like, hell no, I'm not changing that. But it's during the sacred that you'll get this higher guidance, whether you're even explicitly asking for it or not.